Moisture problems occur more often in Portuguese homes than you might think. Mold, condensation, musty smells. That's why we sat down with Damp Guard, specialists in identifying and solving moisture-related issues. In this video, they share their insights and practical solutions. Hello, Roel and Jay. Welcome to the Liverpool
Hello,
YouTube.
good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to our channel, the YouTube channel for experts meet expats or expats meet experts. And you are both experts. And we will tell the viewers what exactly you are doing, okay? You are the founders of Damp Guard, a company dedicated to providing practical home ventilation solutions, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah. And the focus is on positive input ventilation, or PIV systems. And that help eliminate excess moisture, reduce mold growth, and improve air circulation in homes. So you want to ensure that people in Portugal or wherever, that they are living in a healthy and comfortable space. I think that is, in short, the mission of Damp Guard.
Yes,
Yeah?
correct. Because
Okay.
it's really needed here, yeah.
Yeah, I know it also. We all live in Portugal and there is a mold problem. That's for sure. Let's start this learningful interview, the Portugal mold fix interview, okay?
Yeah.
And I have some questions for you both. The first question, can you describe Portugal's mold issue in exactly 3 words?
I could do that. I would say
KJ.
it's normal but fixable. So
That's
the thing is that everybody has kind of learned to live with it and think it is more or less how it's supposed to be, and they don't really know any good solution for it, so they learn to live with it. So it's quite normal for people here.
Yeah.
But it's also fixable, but most people don't know all the solutions available.
Yeah, right. Yeah, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. What is your solution? I'm 5 years
sure.
old.
So you have to see it like a bouncing castle. Like every house has some air, but if you pump more air into it, air will expand all over the place, just like a bouncing castle. That's the same thing we are doing. Mold and condensation doesn't like that, so therefore they can't live with that. So therefore we are preventing that via air pressure. So it's just like a bouncing castle.
Well, fijn gezegd in Dutch. Now, about the myth buster. What is the biggest myth about mold removal or humidity control?
I would say that the biggest myth is that people think that they can remove the mold just by bleaching the walls.
Right.
The issue is that bleach, while it removes the physical damage to mold,
the visible
changes
thing.
the black to go white. Yes, so people think that it's actually removed, but it just changed color from black to white. It's still there. Nothing has changed. If anything, you're just adding extra moisture to the wall as well, which is like a reset for the mold. So it actually has even better circumstances to grow now afterwards. So it's not really changing or anything other than it's actually making it worse over time.
Yep. Okay. What should be the aha moment when homeowners usually notice first after installation? What do they? What is the result? You did your job, and what happened?
So like almost after one day, the aha moments are multiple. There are clients saying the CO2 levels will drop instantly. The other one says there is a lot less humidity. I can breathe more properly. And they are seeing like sort of like an outside living, but then inside, and just having just a nice climate
Yeah,
around, just a
you bring the
gentle
forest.
airflow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you bring the forest inside the house. The
that's
nature
it. That's it.
inside the house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, understand.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, you said it properly. Yeah,
well, I understood that it is a product or a solution from the UK
correct.
that you introduced in Portugal. Can you, yeah, describe the biggest difference between solving mold issues in UK and in Portugal? Or
Start
there?
to see that there's many similarities between the ways that houses are built here compared to UK 30, 40, 50 years ago. Even here in 2025, most of the new built homes, they are built for natural ventilation, which means it's not really meant to be airtight. They hardly insulate the walls. They don't do much to keep up to the modern other
Yeah.
European countries standard of building. They are still behind on that. So the biggest difference between UK and Portugal, I'd say, is the climate, actually. So Portugal is much warmer than the UK. So some of the downsides you could see with the PIV system in the UK, which could be a bit of a cold draft if you have minus 10 degrees in the winter. Then bringing fresh air in from the outside could feel sometimes a little bit colder if you're standing
Yeah,
right
yeah,
below
yeah.
it. But here in Portugal, that air is often typically 15 to 20 degrees warmer on average. So one of those negative downsides is actually not a downside at all here in Portugal.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Um, what is the common mistake that people make when trying to fight mold themselves?
Like Jay said, they will go clean with bleach or with other soaps and that sort of things. And that's, yeah, you can clean the mold, but there are always mold spores in the air. So you have to just prevent it by the roots, and prevent by the roots is just pumping clean air into your space, and then the mold spores will press out of the natural cracks from the
Okay.
house. And you know, there 90% or 95% of the houses in Portugal are really good for our system, because you have so many air cracks
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
house. They are not airtight, so there
What is
is
a good thing for your solution? Eh? That's a good thing
that's it.
for your
Yeah,
solution.
correct. Correct. So it will be not so really good solution for, like, is in example, Denmark or in Holland, because over there all the houses are like almost
Yeah,
airtight. So
yeah, yeah.
and over here, yeah, like the building habits here, the building techniques, yeah, they're running like maybe, with all the respect, 30 or 40 years
Yeah,
behind.
yeah,
Yeah, therefore our system is really
yeah.
great, and like again, it's really fixable on every house.
Okay, and Jay, can you describe the installation process in short, in 1 minute?
Sure. First we go and then we talk to the homeowner to see what their needs are, what the biggest problems and issues are. Then we inspect the house, we walk around, talk to the customer to see where would the optional place to be to put the system and install the system, whether they have a loft space or not, whether we have to go into cover a basement and just things like this. Then we bring our tools, we check all the walls to see if there is any obstacles or electricity or beams in the walls that we have to avoid, not to make any further damage. Then we decide on where the installation should be, and then we order the equipment, and after that arrives, when it has been imported, then we come and install it. We do that, Rule and I ourselves, in 1 day, and then the day after, or as soon as possible, we have our certified electrician come and connect
Right.
everything to the fuse board. So
Okay.
then we do it up. That's it.
You can say in general it's 2 days. In general,
Yeah, in 2 days,
yeah.
2 days total, yes.
Okay. The crystal ball question. I have a
Yes.
crystal ball question. Where do you want your company to be in Portugal in 5 years?
Well, it's funny because we have both other goals. So maybe this is fun to answer both.
Yeah,
My goal is to have multiple company leaders within the south, middle, and north of the country, Portugal, and then we have one install a day in those regions because it will go like an oil stain because every house need it.
yeah. So you think about a kind of franchise, service franchise concept or
Maybe
something.
not for now because we want to have it a little bit in our own hands because
Yep.
we really want to have the best constructors or employees there is in Portugal. That's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of a problem. We find it. So for now we do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
But during the way we are going to meet a lot of people and also a lot of
Yeah.
constructors. So I think from there we can build up.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
would say,
Jay.
from my point of view, the most important thing is that we become the most trusted name in Portugal for fighting damp and humidity and mold. Trust is a big thing. Like, we want to make sure that every customer we interact with ends up having a really positive experience with us,
Mm-hmm.
and the house that he's really happy with afterwards. So we want to be the company where homeowners, they recommend us because they have no hesitation at all, and they know they can trust on it, and they know how our system
Mm-hmm.
works.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Good
I
answers,
think
huh?
that goes hand in hand. What Roel
Yeah.
is saying is just like,
Yeah.
the one is the practical approach, and the other one is more
Yeah.
like image and branding.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But that's a good mix. That's a good mix, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The final curveball question. Convince a skeptical Portuguese homeowner in one sentence.
I can take that. I would say we don't need to convince him at all. There's a lot of skeptics, but I would say if there's any skeptics, they should go and read our reviews and see what our customers say, because they say it the best. Um, Many of the studies you can find and read about online about PAV systems, they are not related to Portugal. Usually they're written in the UK, and experiences there can be different than here. So we tried and tested it in Portugal for a long time now, and our customers, like I said, they say it really good. They are very happy, and we've now proven and seen that we deliver really good results.
Yeah, when you can make it in Portugal, you can make it everywhere, eh? In your business, eh?
Well,
I just
yeah, in a
very
southern country.
creative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The cost question, eh? What is the typical? Yeah, can you say what is the typical price range for
Yeah,
installing
sure.
your solution?
For a house which is like about 150 to 200 square meters, you will pay for one system with installation, with doing the settings, with aftercare. It will be below the 2,500 euros. And if a building is bigger, you need multiple machines, but then we can make the installation more affordable because we are already in a house. We already did the research, so the price will not be like two times the two machines. No, it will be a little bit less.
Okay. Yeah, these are normal prices, eh? It's a mix between
Well, it is for
work hours.
Portugal. Yeah. It is for Portugal not really a normal price because normally the really big and good solution is a VMC system, for example. That's a system, a centralized system with a lot of ducting in the house, but that you have to do a whole home renovation, and that costs in between the 15 and 20,000 euros.
Okay.
And that's the only best solution there is. And then you have the humidifiers,
Yeah.
and those are a
Typical.
pain. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the best solution without a big renovation.
Yeah.
So and if you see the cost of it, then it's like peanuts with if
Yeah.
you compare it with a VMC system.
And our system is also a system that's meant to be for the whole house, where you can find other solutions that are just like with decentralized VMCs that only cover one room at a time, for example. So those decentralized systems, they serve a purpose for smaller areas, but ours is a full home solution at the most affordable price.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting. Can you tell me how long does it take a full installation?
Well, at the moment, we don't have much stock. The demand has been higher than the supply, so we import and do what we can to get the equipment here as soon as possible. With the import procedures and clearing customs, it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the equipment here.
Yep.
Once it arrives, we coordinate with the customer, so we schedule an installation date, usually the week after it has arrived. Or this, so everything is usually finished and set up within a month at the moment.
Okay.
Hopefully in the first quarter of 2026, we'll have a little bit more supply in stock, so we can act even quicker. That's our goal.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's the case, then we can, if the clients say yes, from that yes, we can do it within a week. So that's the whole difference. Yeah.
Yep. Warranty and aftercare. What kind of warranty do you offer, and what does after service look like for homeowners?
Good question. The warranty of the machine itself is 7 years. I would say also the installation is also 7 years, and the aftercare is also doing the phone call to replace the HEPA filters within the machines. The HEPA filters have to be replaced within the 3 to 4 years. But after 1 year, we're also going to have a call, seeing how much dust it contains and what it does, or if the machine also works properly. Because there are areas who have really a lot of fine dust, and other areas not so much.
Yep.
So we have to decide over that, and that's our aftercare.
Okay. Well, we talked a lot about the professional side of the business, of course. Yeah. And what is so interesting about an interview is that you can tell more about the person, the human being of the CAO, Who are you, guys? Who are you? So, about the origin story, the personal moment that sparked your mission. And that is a question for both of you, of course.
Yeah.
When did you say, okay, this is...
Yeah, so we were done with mold in our houses. We have both mold in our rentals, and there was not an affordable solution at all. Yeah, except for the dehumidifiers, and that's not our solution. It's just a silly machine. Therefore, like, England has the system already in place for like 50 years, so it's such a no-brainer to copy that in Portugal. That's really what I sparked, because no one knows this system around here, and that's so good. Because we can help a lot of people around here, and that's you see it also in our reviews. Yeah, they have really a smile on their face as well, living in Portugal.
Yeah. And Jay,
and for me, I had a home renovation company here for 3 years that I started with 2 friends. One was a carpenter and the other one is an electrician. And you get to see a lot of different Portuguese homes, and I wanted to do something where I could scale it, because I really quickly find out that because all the houses are built so differently here, even though many of them look the same. So you need a lot of knowledge, and to find people who have that skill level to work for you and who are reliable, it's really hard. So I wanted something that was simpler. So after a while, I had a friend who has lived here for 7 years, And he said after 2 years, he was almost moving out of the country because he was just fed up with the humidity and mold issues in his house. He
Yeah.
never thought that would be one of the things he would battle, but he was just so fed up. And he did a lot of research as well. He said he tried to search all the way from Lisbon to Porto to find anything, if there's anybody could provide a good solution. And he ended up importing the system himself from the UK. And then the next issue was that he couldn't find anybody who could install it for him. There was no certified electricians available, and those who were the handymen that could come and fit it, usually they didn't want or weren't reliable or didn't show up. So he was battling with that for half a year and ended up having to do half of the work himself. And I talked to him about doing a career change, you can say that. And he said he introduced me to this issue and said there's a huge need for this, and I think somebody should do it. And I was just sleeping over it a couple of days, and I think that was really it for me. That's what we need to do, because it helps a lot of people. And that's really what brings us joy to our work, is like when we come and visit the customers again after a couple of weeks, and we get to
they're happy, of course,
of how much it changed their house. It's just amazing.
You make people happy. Eh? That's clear. But sometimes a failure makes you better. You learn from it. Can you tell me what failure you did but makes you better at the end?
Well, I wrote something else, but what I really was thinking about is the first month we founded the company. My only goal was to promote it at as much as communities as possible on Facebook.
Yeah,
that was a fail.
Facebook groups, and that was a failure.
Yeah. But what really helped us going in our momentum was that someone else, a dear client of us, posted a really nice story about our installation, and that she's really happy with it, and that's so much better. So that's
mouth to mouth.
And we
the
always
real experience of the clients.
we always call the clients afterwards and just ask them also to make a good review, and that's so much better than paying Facebook and paying Google.
Right,
and it's such a local thing then. So that's really for us the growth experience.
You can do that. You can achieve that because you have a great product. When you don't have a great product, the only thing you can do is shouting in Facebook groups and hoping that they believe you. But you can prove it every day. So that's a good thing.
It's so easy to prove.
That's what I would say. Finding the right people and having the patience, not just to hire the first guy who's available, makes a lot of a difference, because the people and the partners, especially that you take on, it's a really long path that you're going to travel together, and the employees you have, if you don't find the right ones, it just ends up creating trouble down the road that you have to come and repair or redo or fix your branding again because the image has been hurt and such. So just having that patience to make sure that you hire the right people. It's really important.
Now, the final question, the legacy question. What impact do you hope your work leaves behind?
Well, that people will see the healthy difference in their lives when they have proper airflow in their homes. Because again, like 95% of the homes aren't good ventilated at all, and that's so unhealthy. Not for the short notice, but for the long haul, it's so unhealthy. You get diseases after disease, and sometimes you see it. You see it a little bit.
Right.
So you get a lot of brain fog, and there's so much with a proper airflow. You have so much more energy. That's it. That's the legacy we will have here. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we would like to be remembered as the guys who finally took Portugal's humidity and mold issues seriously and did something about it.
Right. You can have that as a, how do you say that? A gravestone
Yeah.
Yes.
text, something like that.
Yeah.
These guys made
Within
it
a couple
happen.
of these
With
guys
an
made it
orange gravestone. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Jay, well, this was the interview. During
Thank you.
the video, we show all your coordinates also in the description below. You find all the links and the tags to your website and all the information. During the video, like the viewers notice, they can view all your coordinates and they can contact you, of course.
Always.
It was nice talking to you. And
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. And, yeah.
very
keep on
very
sharing
important
the word.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
very information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and we see each other later on.
Yes.
Okay.
Will do, Rob. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank
hi
you
to
both. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
See you later. Bye bye.
Look out for our own mold-related video, sponsored by Damp Guard. So make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you over there.